Hey everyone, so 2 months ago, I started my online Shopify store and I tried to sell clothing. So here's the website if you want to check it out, but right now I actually stopped my plan. So t-shirts or clothing and apparel is a pretty saturated niche in Shopify. So you'll see a lot of YouTubers trying to sell clothes online and you can see their charts going up. You can see their sales hitting around $2,000 per day, and this video isn't that kind of video. So this will be a really honest review. I'll be sharing you an honest feedback about my experience in Shopify coming from a regular college student without that much money and with no experience in sales and marketing and selling clothing. Yeah. Also, I am not residing in the USA, so that's one thing that caused a lot of problems in my side. I'm actually residing here in the UAE, and yeah, I thought that it would be really easy to start a Shopify store and then just sell it to people in the US. So basically, my clothing line is geared towards Christians. The t-shirt designs are like Bible verses. There are Christian theme, Christ based, faith based, yeah. But the catch is my designs are inspired by streetwear. So it's not your typical just a plain Bible verse that you can buy in any store. My designs are actually, I mean, for me it's pretty good, of course, but my designs are pretty unique. So before starting my store, before subscribing to the starter plan on Shopify, I made sure to check the competition. So first I checked some similar brands like Elevated Faith or Jesus Loves You Co. So I checked their designs, and to be honest, their designs are great. But for example, Elevated Faith, it has a lot of followers on Instagram. They have a lot of like reviews, ratings. So I assume that they have a lot of sales every day. But their designs are pretty simple, just a one-liner and then maybe some curve text, those Kanye vibes. So I made sure to level up. I made sure to make my designs a little bit better and unique. And you can see them here, some of my t-shirt designs that I made by myself. Yeah. So I cannot say that I have an issue or I lack the good design. Or maybe I do, because it can always be improved, but there's that. Okay. And one thing, I'm using a print on demand business model. So basically I don't have the stock of the shirts, I don't hold the inventory, but as soon as one customer orders it, my print on demand service, which is Printful, they will print the t-shirt and then ship it to the customer. So I am only running the website and they will handle everything. They will handle the fulfillment, the printing of the shirts, etc. And that will take around 7 days to 1 month. And and go. And that will take and that will take around 7 days to 3 weeks or a month. And that's one issue that I will be facing if I get any customers. One way how I handled that is I made sure to be transparent in my website. So I put in the main page that everything is made to order to reduce cost and to reduce manufacturing waste. Alright, so I'll start with the issues I face upon starting my online store. So it was 3 months ago when I started it. So at first I was using the 14-day free trial and I set up my website. So I first choose a theme. There were 4 free themes available. And if you want to go really big, someday you should upgrade from that theme, because those themes are pretty basic. And it doesn't have all the features. Some themes have different features, like those images that it will when you hover your mouse to the item, it will pop up. So some themes don't have those, some themes do. And first, I set up Printful. I made sure that the Shopify and Printful is integrated with each other, and it was easy. It was really easy. I even managed to integrate Facebook and Google for advertising. And I made a Facebook page for my shop and an Instagram page. So after that, over the course of a month, I made different designs, and most of my designs are unisex. So I actually ordered a sample, two sample of shirts, and I tried them on. It's not really tight and it's not too big, so it's just right. So I think it will be great to have it in unisex instead of separating men and women, which will take a lot of work, especially that I'm a one-man team. It will be hard to manage the pages and stuff. So my website is good. I set up the categories, the collections. I made sure to have each tag properly. So when users choose a tag like for men or for women or for unisex, because I have some items geared towards women. So if they click that, the items will be sorted properly. So I got it all figured out. So my website is okay. My shirts, my designs are good. And one thing missing was the customers. And how do I get customers was the major issue in my site. And besides that, how will customers buy from me? So let me explain. So number one is marketing. I didn't have any experience in marketing. I have a few, but I don't have like the major experience how to create an audience, how to market your brand and your items. Yeah, and I learned a few things over the course of 2 months over my Shopify journey. So what I did was I started the Instagram account. I got some mock-ups of my shirt, those mock-up generators, and I photoshopped some of my designs to a stock photo and then uploaded them on Instagram. So I also did the follow and follow trick. I went to Facebook pages and then, those follow for follow, but that would be bad. But I tried those. And I tried commenting to popular hashtags, to post with popular hashtags. And I tried liking their posts and stuff. And after doing that, maybe around 4 weeks or more, I gained around 105 followers to be exact. Alright, so each of my posts has an average of 12 to 14 likes. And I'm really proud of that. So one thing I didn't do was I never asked help from my friends. Like I encourage you to ask help from your friends, but what I did was my market is in the USA, so I didn't want some of my friends which are living here in the UAE or in the Philippines to mess up the audience, the target audience of my store, of my social account. It will be impactful. It will affect how I run ads in the future, and that's what I'm thinking. So that was one major issue. What made it harder was that I don't have enough free time. I am a working student. I have classes 3 days a week and I am working 5 days a week for my university too. So I didn't have really enough time to focus to my social media content for my online store. So that's one thing. And on my Facebook, it's not going well. So that was one issue. Customers. It was hard to target customers online, and I actually tried running ads and it cost me a lot. Because Facebook ads for clothing and apparel is actually pretty costly. And it's designed to be that way. Because the market is saturated and targeting those ads would be... Alright, so another issue is payment method. So as I've said, I am residing in the UAE and I'm selling to the US market. The default payment method for Shopify is the Shopify payments. I am not able to use the Shopify payments gateway because I am not from the US. So when I tried to apply for Shopify payments, they asked me for a social security number and they asked for my US address and stuff, which I don't have, so it's impossible for me to get access to Shopify payments. So I tried another way. I found PayPal. I have a PayPal account and I created a PayPal business account. I was able to set up PayPal payments for my Shopify store. So I have PayPal Express and only that. But the thing is, not everyone uses PayPal. So it will be great to have a debit card or credit card to pay with those. So it's only been 3 months. I didn't have any sales, but I had a few leads. I had people going over my website, over I think 400 people or 500 people over the course of 2 months since I subscribed to the plan. It's pretty hard to run an online store, especially that if you're alone. I had to handle everything. So I had to handle social media, I had to handle marketing for the ads, the website design, the products, and managing it, like organizing the products and etc. So, but I tried to use the idea of batching where I use later.com. It's social media auto poster. So I used that and then scheduled all of my posts for 1 week for my online stores, social media accounts. So do I recommend you to start your own Shopify online store? Yes, I do. So if you're planning to start your own Shopify store, whether it will be for clothing or anything else, here's some of my thoughts, here's some of my tips on how to go about it, especially that I've experienced it for just 3 months. I mean, this is still in my perspective as a student and as someone without any business or any experience in marketing or selling clothes. So number one is to make sure that you have a plan. So not necessarily a business plan. And I do not encourage for you to make a business plan because it's better to learn through experience. But yeah, you can also make a business plan. I'm sharing you my experience, which you can learn from. But it's great to make sure that you have a plan, even though it's not a business plan, just a simple plan on how you will go about your journey, how you will go through the Shopify journey. So uh, for example, in your plan, you will focus for 1 week in social media, or maybe you'll use a scheduling app for social media to post your stuff, like, or maybe you can think about how you will post the post and how you will create engagement. What kind of post will you post? Just about your shirts? Will you post memes? Will you post people wearing your shirts or giveaways or what? Make sure you have that plan. And another one is to at least list down on how you will make profit. That's one thing I did. It's not. It's. I think it's part of a business plan or what. But that's one thing that I did, and I tried to calculate how will I make profit and how will I be able to run the business through the profit. So I have it all laid out. Like I expected to make around 10 sales. I mean 5 to 10 sales per day in order to run the business without losing money. But that went wrong. I didn't have any sales, so I lost some money. But I gained some experience and knowledge, and so that's good. And another one is to just explore Shopify. So Shopify is pretty simple, but there's a lot of things to be explored there, such as the settings, the different integrations, the different apps that you can integrate with Shopify, and with that you can make your life easier. For example, in Shopify integrations, there's a chatbot. There's a chatbot that you can use. So instead of you chatting to the customers for customer support, you can create your own bot and have it automated, so you'll have less work and more time for the important things such as your marketing, such as your products, designing your products, and more. So it's like delegating your tasks, but you're using technology to delegate your tasks instead of real people. So that's one thing that you can do so to make your life easier. And finally, just make sure to don't stress about it. If you're starting your first Shopify store, it's your first Shopify store. So don't stress about it. Don't think that it will be the end of the world if you fail on that journey. Because if you finish that journey, even if you failed, I mean, you'll learn a lot of stuff. So here I am. I'm telling you all about my experience, all about what I've learned. And one more thing is to be careful about your money. So just because you started a Shopify store with a certain amount of capital, like just because you spent money for advertising, just because you spent money to for someone else to design your products, like on Fiverr, just because you did that, it doesn't mean that you will get results. It doesn't mean that you will get profit right away. So it's more of a long term. It's much more like investing for long term. So it doesn't. It's not easy money. It's not fast money. But if you spend money, it doesn't mean that you'll get results right away. So it's just keep doing it, and I'll keep doing it, and I'll make sure to update you guys on another video on what happened to my store and when do I get my sales, or whenever that day will come. So that's all about this video. That's all for this video. So thank you guys for watching, and make sure to subscribe if you like this video, or make sure to like this video if you like it. Subscribe if you want more, and comment down below if you have any thoughts about Shopify, if you have any tips or anything that's in your mind. So thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day. Cheers. Okay, so so my so okay so